Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So we're still following on from probability, and this is mainly about sets and Venn diagrams. Please like, share and subscribe, and go back to my channel for more videos, and also please press the notification bell so you can get more worksheets coming up. So straight to question 1. Students were polled on whether they liked maths or English classes. The results are displayed in the Venn diagram below. So this is what a Venn diagram looks like. Just basically using circles in a rectangular shape to give information or representing information in this pattern. So what is the probability that a student liked maths? So when you look at a Venn diagram, all the numbers inside this rectangle, whether it's in the square or outside the square, but as long as it's within this rectangle, right, then you would say they are all included here. Okay, so that's set off. Now you can then split them into some that are not. So for example, here M represents maths, E represents English. So we have some people who only study maths, and there are some who study maths but also study English. So 5 of them study maths, and also they take English, like English as well. Then there are 17 who only like English, whilst there are 5 who like maths but also like English. So here we've been asked what's the probability that a student liked maths. Now we know that there are 24 that like only maths, and there are 5 that like maths even though they also like English. So overall, we have 29 people who like maths. Now, if you remember what we discussed about probability, right? If you treat it like a fraction, okay, so you want to know your overall outcome, right? So we want to know the total number of people involved here, and that becomes your denominator. So the total number of people involved are 24 plus 5 plus 17, and don't forget that 4 in there, so plus 4. All right, so this here is our total, and this one is just number of people who like who like maths. So in total we have 50 students, and out of those 50 students, 29 like maths. So our answer is 29/50. Okay, moving on to question 1b. It says, what is the probability that a student did not like English? Okay, so the probability that a student did not like English. Now, in here, we have the ones that only like maths, and we have the ones that do not like maths and do not like English, because they're not even anywhere in here. So we'll say, so do not like English. So these 24 do not like English because they only like maths. Also, these 4 do not like English either, even though they don't like maths, but that's irrelevant at the moment. The fact is they don't like English because your question is asking about English. So in total, we have 28 people who do not like English. Now, to then put this into probability, we now know that out of a total of 50 students, 28 do not like English. So our answer is 28/50. And if you want, you can simplify. Okay, so you would have 14/25. But either of these two will be right. So 1C says, what is the probability that a student selected a single subject as their preference? So pay attention to this, selected a single subject as their preference. Now, in here, we have 24 of them that selected just maths as their preference, so a single subject. We have 17 that selected just English, which is a single subject. Now in the middle, we've got 5 who selected both math and English as their preference. So we are not considering that. Okay. Now this one, 4 did not select maths, did not select English. So again, we're not considering that. So our focus will be 24 who selected a single subject, maths, and 17 who selected a single subject, maths. So single subject, that's 24 for our maths plus 17. If we add that together, we have 41. Okay, so our probability then is that out of 50 students, 41 selected a single subject. Okay, so our answer is 41/50th. All right, moving on swiftly to question 2. So in question 2, we have a blank Venn diagram here. So it is blank, and I'm guessing they want you to provide your information using the Venn diagram. Now, a survey of 36 pet owners were undertaken. So a survey of 36. So we know that our total is 36, and that would look like this. Now, 2/3 of people said they have a dog. So I'm going to come here and go dog. 2/3 of people. So 2/3 of those pet owners. So 2/3 of the people, right? If we are to simplify this, 2/3 of in math means times. Okay, so you can either do 36 times 2 and whatever you get divided by 3, or 36 divided by 3, whatever you get you times by 2. It doesn't matter, you still get the right answer. Okay, so I would rather do 36 divided by 3, and that gives me 12, and 12 times 2 I get 24. Okay, so 24 have dogs. Now note how I'm taking one line at a time and putting it into math form. So this first line here, so anytime you're dealing with word problems, the key to help you is to take one line at a time. So this first line is survey of 36 pet owners was undertaken. That's that they're represented that way in the math form. 2/3 of people said they have a dog. That's it here represented in the math form, which gives us that 24. So 2/3 of 36 is 24. Now we're on to the next one. 8 have a dog and a cat. So a dog and cat, you have 8, right? Then 10 people have only cat. Now before we even go on, because they said 8 have a dog and a cat, right? So if 8 have a dog and a cat, then out of 24 that have dogs, the ones that have only dogs, so I think we're going to do that here. So only dogs. So even though they didn't say it, but you would expect to be able to put it somewhere. So only dogs would be your 24 for those who have dogs, subtract 8 for those who have both dogs and cats. So that there would then give us 16 for only dogs. Now 10 people have only a cat. So I'd say only cats. You have 10 people. And then 2 people have no pets. So the ones that have none are just 2 people. So we have completed all of that. So now our information is about dog and about cat. So dog and cat, there are 8 people who have that. So we'll put 8 in here. That's for those who have both dogs and cats. Now we have put that in, dog and cat. For those who have only dogs, 16. For those who have only cats, we have 10. And then for those who have none, neither dog nor a cat, here. Now let's just cross check to make sure our answer is right. So 16 add 8, that is 24. 24 add 10, that is 34. 34 add 2, that is 36. So that's it there. So we're fine. Sometimes always go back and cross check your work just in case. Overconfidence has led a lot of people to fail. Okay, number 3. Again, this is another chance to complete a Venn diagram. Complete the following Venn diagram given the information below. A travel company looks to record data on holidays taken. Out of 200 people surveyed, so straight away we have our total number of people they worked with. So we have 200 people. Now 30% stayed in the UK for their holiday. So UK for holiday will be 30% of 200. And 30% of 200, that's the same thing as, you can do it by finding 10% first and then leading you to 30%. So 10% is 20, then 30% is equal to 60 people. Okay, so 60 people stayed in the UK. So we've done that bit there. Then here we have 60% of people went abroad. Okay, so 60% of people went abroad. We're going to write here abroad. That is 60% of people, so which is 200. Now again, we'll find our 10% first. So 10% is dividing by 10, that's 20. And then our 60% of people will be times by 6, 120 people went abroad. So we've sorted that bit out. Now 10% of people had 2 holidays, one abroad and one in the UK. So I'm going to write here 2 holidays. Go to 10% of people, which is 10% of 200, and that's just 20. So 20 people had 2 holidays. So now that we've gotten all our information, we can then fit it into the Venn diagram. So here we'll have UK, here we have abroad, and in the middle is a combination of both holidays. So we've already worked out that 60 people went to the UK, 120 people went abroad, and then 20 went to both holidays. So wrong. Because when they said that 60 people went to the UK, they did not say to the UK only. So if 20 people went to both holidays, then that means that UK only should have been 60 minus 20, making 40. And then abroad only should have been 120 minus 20, making 100. So wrong there. The thing is, always look out for the word only. I just sort of missed that, my apologies. So we weren't given only, so therefore we would now be left with 20 people, though they didn't say, but that would mean that those 20 people did not go anywhere else. Okay, so let's add and cross-check. 40 plus 20 is 60 plus 100, 160. Then 60 plus 80, so 160 plus 20, 180. Something is missing there. Let's see, we've got 200 people. Yeah, I think there's an error in this question. They didn't use the word only, so, but you know what, in that case that means that we have 40 people who didn't go anywhere. Yeah, so because 20 went to both UK and abroad. So if we add it all up, yeah, so this is why cross-checking is very important. So 200 people were surveyed. So 40, that's 40, that's 80, plus 20, that's 100, plus 100, so that's, yeah. All right, good. We can go on to question 4. Now on question 4, it says complete the Venn diagram, so we're doing this again. A group of 102 parents were asked questions on a survey. So we're dealing with a total of 102 parents. 40 went to university. So university, 40 of them went to university. Now, so 58 did not attend university but have a job. So that means that 58 of them have a job only. Okay, so I'm going to write only job, that is 58. Now 24 went to university and have a job. So I'll say uni and a job is equal to 24. So how many then went to uni only? So uni only, or only uni, will be 40 minus the ones that didn't have a job, because you want the ones that went to uni but did not have a job. So we know that 40 of them went to uni, but some of them in there must have had a job. So we want to remove that and find the ones who only went to uni. So you subtract 24. So that would give us 16 people, right? So if we come in here, we know that I'm going to write U for uni and J for job. So the ones that uni and job is 24, only job is 58, only uni is 16. Now let's see if we have up to 102. So 16 add 24, that is 40. So 40 add 58, that's 98. So that's not up to 102. So that means there are 4 people who did neither. So they didn't have a job, they didn't go to uni. Alright? So that brings us to the end of question 4. Moving on to question 5. Just bear with me. The numbers are not clear, but I'm just going to make it a bit clearer now. So that one there says so we're looking at question 5. 1 second, I'm trying to fill in the numbers that are missing. Okay, so this one here is multiples of 3. And this one is 58, 62, 66, 68. Okay, so now we can start. Complete the following Venn diagram using the information below. So those are all the numbers that are included in the set, all of that. Now, P is multiples of 3. And here we have Q prime, right? So Q prime just basically means the numbers that are not included in Q. So if Q prime is 58, 62, 66, and 68, then Q on its own, because there's a tiny little dot thing there, so that's why it's called Q prime. So that's the ones that are, all this are part of Q prime, but they're not part of Q. So these are the things you will not find in Q. So if you won't find these in Q, that leaves you with the rest, okay? So that means that in Q, you will have 43, because 43 is not here. You have 45, because 45 is not there. There's 58 here, but there's no 59, so we're going to put that here. There's 62 there, so we're not taking that. There's 66, we're not taking that. There's 68, we're not taking that. So there is 87. Okay, then P says multiples of 3. So the ones where 3 can divide into them without a remainder. 45. Not into that, not into that. 66. Not into that either. 87. So your P and your Q are these, right? Now the first thing is, so I'll say this is Q and this is P. Now this center is where both of them share. So let me just make the circle a bit bolder. Yeah. Okay. So first we need to find what is common to both of them. So there is 45 common to both of them. So I'm going to put 45 in here. Just going to cross it out on this spot. And then there's 87 in Q and 87 in P. I'm going to put 87 as well. Now everything else will be things that you can find in only P. So in only P you can find 66. And in only Q, you can find 43 and 59. Now in total, let's see how many numbers we dealt with. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 numbers are missing. And those 3 numbers are 58. So those ones will come out of the circle. We've got 59, 62, we've got 66, so 68. And that's our answer for that. Okay, so on to question 6 really quickly. 100 students were asked what their favorite sports were. 6 students liked all 3 sports. 24 students liked hockey and tennis. So all 3 sports. So if we have 6 students liking all 3 sports, so this is the center that combines all 3 circles together. So in here should be 6. 24 students like hockey and tennis. Now, they didn't say hockey and tennis only, okay? But they said hockey and tennis. That means that it would also include these 6 who liked the third sports. So hockey and tennis for 24 students. Then if we want hockey and tennis only, we just need to do 24 minus 6. Okay. So hockey and tennis, H and T, so this is it here. And that should be 18. Now 29 students like football and hockey. So this is football, this is hockey, and that's the one that combines both of them. So football and hockey only will then be 29 minus 6, making that 23. Then 20 students like football and tennis. Wrong, I put that 23 in the wrong place. So football and hockey, this is it here. Okay, then football and tennis will be 20 minus 6. We've got 14 for football and tennis. Now, so we've done that, and that. 59 students like hockey. So this is hockey here. So you have to consider all of these as well. Okay, so the whole of this is 59, but you want to find hockey only because they didn't say only in their sentence. So 23, you add all these 3 and subtract from 59. So 23 plus 6 is 29. 29 plus 18, that is 47. So 59 minus 47, that means 12 like only hockey. Now 17 students like only football. So here they've already put the word only, so you don't need to subtract anything. Just go to football and put 17. Then 4 students have no preference. So no preference stays outside the circles. Now, first we need to then cross-check to make sure that we have 100 in total, because it looks like tennis only has no number, so we just might need to put something there. So let's add together. 17 add 14, okay, that is 31. 31 add 6, 37. 37 add 23, that is 60. 60 add 18, 78. 78 add 4, 82. 82 add 12, that is 94. So 100 subtract 94, that is 6. So 6 play only tennis. Now B says, what is the probability that a student liked only tennis? So only tennis is 6 out of 100 students liked only tennis. If you want, you can simplify, and that would mean that you have 3/50. Now, what is the probability that a student liked exactly 2 sports? Okay, so only, when they say exactly, it means only 2 sports, right? So the probability that the student liked only 2 sports, that would mean then that we have the probability. So we've got 14 there. That's if they like only football and tennis. If they like only football and hockey, or only hockey and tennis. So the probability that a student liked only 2 sports, they didn't tell us which one it is. So it could be that they like football and tennis, or they like football and hockey, or they like tennis and hockey. Okay, so probability of football and hockey is 14. Wait, is that football and football and tennis? Yeah, 14. So football and tennis, 14 out of 100, or football and hockey, we have 23 out of 100, or just to add tennis and hockey, 18 out of 100. And then if we add all those together, you should get 55 hundredths. And if you want to simplify that, 11/20. Okay, number 7. The total you're dealing with is factors of 140, and A is prime and B is multiples of 5. So out of 140, let's find what our factors of 140 is. So factors of 140 are 1, 140, 2, and 70, because 2 times 70 will give you 140, 4 and 35 give you 140, 5 times 28 will give you 140, 7 times 20, and 10 times 14. So all those are factors of 140. Now out of these ones, we need to find our prime numbers. Okay, so here 2 is a prime number, we have 7 down here, also a prime number. We have 5 here, 5 is also a prime number. And then B says multiples of 5, so 140 is a multiple of 5, 70 is a multiple of 5, 35 is a multiple of 5, 20 is a multiple of 5, 5 is also a multiple of 5, and 10 is a multiple of 5. So now with this information, we can then fill in our Venn diagram. So we've got this circle here, and we've got that circle there. So this is our A, and that's our B. And set notation. So what can we find in A and also find in B? We can find 5 here and 5 there. So only 5 is common to both of them, right? So that leaves us with 2 and 7 for A, and then 140, 70, 35, 20, and 10 for B. But let's see how many numbers we have in that set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're missing out 4 numbers. So 1, we've got 140 already. We've got 2, we've got 70. So we missed out 4. We've got 35, we've got 5, 28. We've got 7, we've got 20, we've got 10, so 14. Alright, that brings us to the end of question 7. So for question 8, given the information below, we have our set is integers from 1 to 10. So let's just solve these ones first, and then we can look at our Venn diagram. So integers from 1 to 10. Basically, all your numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. B is square numbers. 4 is a square number because 2 squared gives you 4. And 9 is a square number because 3 squared gives you 9. Then B is prime numbers, so 2 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number. By the way, prime numbers are numbers that are only divisible by themselves and 1. Okay, so nothing else can divide into them. We've got 5, we've got 7, and that's it. And here we've been given the numbers already, so 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8. Now we can complete the Venn diagram. So what can we find in all 3 of them to figure out our center? So nothing really that you can find in all 3 of them, so they don't have anything in common. So that means that our center here is going to be blank. But what connects A and B? For A and B, they don't have anything in common, so again that bit is going to be blank. Then what connects A and C? Oh yeah, I missed out 1 as a square number because 1 squared is equal to 1. So A and C have 1 in common. Then B and C have 2 and 3 and 5 in common. So B and C will be 2, 3, 5 in common. So that leaves us for A with 4 and 9 only. And C only will be 8 and B only 7. Now we don't have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're missing out 2 numbers, which are 10 and 6. Now what proportion of numbers in the set are not square numbers? Okay, so they want it as a proportion. Now if you remember, we had 3 numbers as square numbers, right? So if out of 10, 7 out of 10 are not square numbers, okay? Or if you wanted to put it as a percentage, that would be 70% are not square numbers. Okay, so that brings us to the end of sets. Now, if you have any topic that you would like me to go over or to treat the worksheets on, please go to the comment section and just leave a comment, suggest a topic, and trust me, I'm looking at the comment section. See you in my next video. Bye.